There was a little library in the church basement when I was young, and I would walk there every week after school because I was halfway there if I was at school. And then I'd set off to the library, and then at night, when I was finished, I'd walk home and I'd say, okay, I'm never doing this again.
So Donna, you were talking about going to this little library in the basement in the church in Fort Erie. Did the library have a librarian?
Oh, we did. Last night would have been a good night for her because last night was Halloween. She was the typical, the specs on hanging off the nose, and she'd greet you when you come in the door with, Donna, did you finish that book you took home last week? And you'd be like quaking in your boots. And I mean, still for like probably 30 years, I had to finish whatever I took home, because that's what you did. If you took the book home, you finished it. I don't anymore, though.
Was she able to make any suggestions for you as a young reader?
No.
Oh, no.
She just criticized. Like if you took home a Bobbsey Twins book, like she was not happy. Or what else did we read? Nancy Drew, right. If you took any of those home, no. But I bet you there were no overdues in that library.
How did you get to be working in the library? I mean, you've just started here. You must have just been up to your eyeballs and trying to get settled.
I was closely following the progress of the library in the newspaper, in the local paper. And then it had its grand opening, and so I don't know if I was here the day of grand opening, but I was here very shortly after. So we all trooped in from Elk Island Park as a family one Sunday afternoon, and we were just over the moon happy. It was beautiful. Oak furniture, oak walls, the new books, it just smelled library. It was beautiful. And then I think very shortly after there was, that's all I talked about at home or around my mom was the library, the library, the library. And then my mom said, well, why don't you apply for a position? I said, well, my education is in business. I'm not. But there was an advertisement in the paper, and I appeared at the front door one morning with my resume and letter, and I was interviewed.
Do you remember who interviewed you?
Heather Bell Dowling. Okay. Yeah. So I was interviewed and started work in a week.
So, okay, if they had just opened, why would they need new staff right away?
Well, they'd been open about 6 months.
Okay.
And so I think they were realizing, okay, we're really, 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 really busy. And we need some business expertise in the circulation department, because it's not all about helping at the information desk or children's programming, or we need
back of house kind of circulation, like help, keeping everything organized there. Okay.
We need some files. Not these shoe boxes anymore. We need some files.
So you used your business background just to sort of get everything organized?
Yes, and then very shortly after Pat Babb came on staff, and so we were getting the business background going.
Okay.
And encouraging people to bring their books back.
Yes.
Because I don't think we had any overdues at the beginning. I think for a very brief blip, there were no overdues, so really there's no incentive. So, yeah, you had to be more lenient. I mean, somebody in the park, you're 5 minutes away. Get your books back on time. I told this gentleman one evening, I said, fines are all voluntary. He says, you mean I don't have to pay them? I said, no, you don't have to have the books overdue. You have 3 weeks to bring them back. Don't save it for the last 10 minutes. But we do. We all procrastinate.
It's true. We do. So do you feel like maybe at some point there's a little bit of that first librarian in you?
Oh, definitely. Oh, definitely. Did I mention how many courses in empathy I took?
Yes, you did.
My friend Pat and I, we still will have a joke about that. Have you practiced your empathy this week?
And you'd always say yes to each other.
So many excuses. I mean, I've heard them all.